Hello and welcome to another gameplay review on the Virkayu gameplay channel. And in this one, we finally have Master Yi. I figured I'd get it out of the way. Although we did wait like 50 videos to cover him, the issue is this champion just does not succeed in the highest elo pretty much at all unless he's funneling. And now next patch, we are having that Taric interaction nerfed. Finally, thank you. No longer do we have to dodge, also a hot topic, when we see a Taric Yi. Now we have here a Master level Yi. He's decayed out. Everyone else is around Master tier. You'll notice the mid Shaco. You have a fasting center on the left-hand side. Basically a nice semi-random game. And the thing is, what we want to do, now I don't like this off the bat, just to cut in. The ward just stops the invade, which is great, but then you're losing all vision control on the top side versus the Gragas. You could accomplish the same thing just by having people watch the entrances in a 5-point, but that's another thing for another day. He's simply going to do his red side first. As I was saying, Yi is very great. He's very good, almost the greatest for carrying in low elo, simply because all you have to do is understand a bit of map control, objective control, counter jungling, and you will scale and start taking over. However, a lot of the times, Master Yi players, specifically as we watch him with QE during the Krug camp, simply AFK too much. They take their hands off the wheel to a high degree and then complain that the car crashed. Sometimes, not sometimes, always, you have to be active on the map now. In Master Tier or so, it can still work. The chain CC really is something that has a lot more, connection with the players. We all know to chain CC and Master Yi and burst him out and how to focus him in team fights. So, that's why he falls off so drastically. It's still very irritating. He still is a hybrid carry. The Duskblade passive is just so annoying to deal with. You would have seen on your screen the runes, the tenacity aspect here, significantly more useful against a Leona, a Gragas, although the knockups don't get applied. You've got the fear from the Shaco boxes, and what have you. Now he's simply going for a standard Master Yi thing. I'm going to clear up. We know Gragas started top side, and basically now, you don't know exactly where he is, but the pings come through from the east. So very nice tracking here. And just to highlight, we know he started topside purely because of the fact that Shaco comes to lane with mana missing. Why else would he do that? He laid some boxes down for his friendly neighborhood jungler. You don't exactly know if he's going to do red side into blue side, right? And that's the whole thing. However, because he does sequence down, the Yi can at least ping in the vicinity, he's on blue and so on. And the Gragas goes straight for a gank here, fully expected. He shows up with 20 CS. We know if you do a 5-cam, again, it's very unlikely they're going to do red side like this and leave the Gromp. The Gromp is just too quick and easy to take in a 5-camp over the Krugs. Both junglers on their crabs, standard stuff. Master Yi now, if you have an opportunistic gank on the top side, take it. If not, go back to base. There's no real need to flirt with the Nasus against an Aurelia. We don't have the damage, we don't have the lockdown. You are a different kind of jungler. However, the Gragas is here, he's going to gank bottom lane, most likely with the Shaco. So this is very poor laning by the bottom lane. I don't like that they know where Gragas is. They know that it's a Shaco mid. He's gone MIA. And even if you're winning lane, you have to play the lane accordingly. Now, they can turn this around very easily. I don't think she should have flashed at all. I think you're dead anyway, so you can just hold your flash. The Yi now, a lot of times, this will happen to you. Great run by the Shaco mid. Don't know why we have a Shaco mid, but we do. The Yi, very much in these cases, will find himself in these situations because you just don't have that same gank ability as a Gragas, as a lot of these other kind of junglers, which means when your bottom lane dies, hold the wait for them. That's nice. We don't want to push it or anything. We just last hit a little bit, Don't alpha strike the whole wave and what have you. Just auto attack and relax. Tier 2 Krug camp. And just for context, right, you're gonna see the Gragas go across the ward here from the blue team's vision point, which means you know exactly where he is roundabout. So once you finish holding the wave, alright, you can go to your Krugs to protect them, but you have to know that the Gragas is here. You have to know that the red team knows that you did this, although it seems like no one actually realized it. So while you might assume at this point that the Gragas, after that gank, is very happy with himself, decides to go back up to, there would be no camps here, so he most likely would have gone back to base. We saw him. We know he probably did this. We know he might even be doing this. The fact that there are wards available not being used in this tri-push by bottom lane is very annoying, but at the same time, Master Yi, guys in your elos, remember, you want to snowball. You want to take over. You want to be the difference maker and the damage doer. This has got to be anticipated to some degree. This has to be anticipated to some degree. Now, I'm not sure if he did or didn't, but the fact that he wall hopped just to gank bottom lane anyway is excellent. Doesn't matter if it's warded, doesn't matter if the crab is taken. Quick roots, straight down to the bottom lane again. Shaco's there, Aurelia TP's, top lane gap. Zoe eventually decides to join the party. And remember to get... Oh, apparently you just get eaten, and then you alpha. The W is insane. 60% damage reduction at level 1. And that scales to 70%, so it's not drastically different. You know, that's why it's not such a big issue. If this is like the last ability you max and what have you. But still, 60%, level 1, huge for fights. Pretty good start. Push the wave in fully, please. Should be aware of that at this level, but whatever. Alright, back to base. Now, you can easily flex top lane here. Crab, tier 2 cams. Nasus is pushing, getting free plates. Aurelia is going back to lane. She TP, thank you very much. Still I didn't see her somehow. However, your red buff is spawning, the dragon is up, and you know that the Gragas started topside. You don't exactly know where he's going to go next, but you can very much track in a lower elo game. I think they're obsessed with their buffs. You would assume the Gragas goes straight for the red buff. So we secure that. Senna Soul. We can do our Krugs, right? Or we can go with Senna and just gank bottom lane again. And I kind of do like that aspect. Although, bottom lane is like, I play bottom lane. Put a control with this so your jungler who wants to do this can actually gank for you. Because no flashes. Samira's level 4. You can snowball your bottom lane so easily as Mercy, plus yourself. Fully into dragon control. Shaco ganks top lane again. Now the Zoe will say, haha, I am ahead in CS. But the Shaco is going to end up with more damage than the Zoe. Obviously it's Shaco, but at the same time, I accidentally stopped recording because I'm weird. So, Gragas does his red as expected, goes mid lane. It's not the best gank purely because he's so close to 6. You can imagine ganking if you're actually level 6. The Yi is doing a great job here. He's just sequencing, he's in the right place at the right time. Don't miss this, please. I see a lot of Yis actually miss this. You can ult to go in. The Shaco gets ticked by Ignite, he doesn't fall. Flash, better than Ghost because you can do that. And you got a little bit of double the animation cancels. Nice. Free dragon, okay? Now, once you do this dragon, alright, your bottom lane is going to push up. Samira is level 4 still. Your Tahm Kench is level 5. Your bottom lane does have a lead, thanks to the activities. Yeah, the Tahm Kench mostly has a lead. Thanks to the activity of the early game and nice rotations and TPs from Aurelia and so on. You know that Gragas did this and ganked. He dies. He's going to go back to base against his wishes and then want to sequence down to this blue side. That means I think I want to go probing. I want to just protect my bottom lane here. Even if the theoretical best play is, let's reset, blue side, Herald, thumbs up. As Master Yi, that's what we want to do. You might not always have the best ganking pressure, but you will have map control and farming tempo advantage, usually. And that's why, you know, beating a Master Yi is using your CC and avoiding the timer where he gets too far ahead. I think I go hit this. Now, Shaco will be up first. Because he didn't die, he's going to go back to base and show up before the Zoe will, right? I think I just hit this plant. If I don't see him, for whatever reason, you know, in silver and gold and platinum and low diamond, you might not even see him. He might just think he wants a Herald for some reason. You can hit this and then just take everything and then just dive. You've got a Tahm Kench. You know, that's really good, but we don't know we don't know it's possible or not possible because we don't hit the plant. And I think that's a bit of a missed opportunity. Because at the very least, right? You hit this. It reveals him. You take the plant away. And your bottom lane will see the Gragas in the area. And not die to it. But they died 2v2. So never mind. But the point still stands, right? I would still hit it. I would show the enemy bot lane that I'm there, that they can't go for that 2v2, and then of course protect your bottom lane. So maybe there's a different play there that happens. Play the wards. Shaco again just Omega Pike mid roaming. They know you're on the Herald now. I mean, they know you're on it. However, because you're Master Yi, you've got your Berserker's Greaves and Serrated Dirk. Come on. Come on. Like, you might be a cringe Shaco, but he's a cringe Yi. And Yi is the greater cringe in a 1v1, especially when he's a level up. Alpha Strike, baby. Alpha Strike. This is in theory free. Okay, in theory. Purely because the Gragas, I don't know what he's doing this game. But this is why I kind of like this one. I just sped through it a little bit beforehand. I don't really know exactly what happens. I like it because the jungler doesn't really behave like a master jungler. And everyone's kind of behaving a little weird. And the difference maker is the Master Yi, you know? He has to take things as it comes, and he has to play fast. Master Yi plays fast. Farm, counter gank, get the kills, clean up, triples, dragon, swap to herald, use it on the plates. You're trying to really accelerate your snowball. There's very few junglers that love snowballing this quickly. I mean, that's just juicy plates. You're 2 levels up on this guy, and you have the same kill participation. That's because you're up 19 CS, you got 2 objectives, and you made the better plays. So you can see the difference in jungling when you have map impact, even with Master Yi. Is he a great ganker? No. But he can still get kills early. Now, here you've got 2 schools of thought. Okay, the Scryer's Bloom extension is revealed, so we know that someone is going upside. And we know it's not the Shaco, so it was likely going to be the Fat Man. What we could have done, because Gromp and Wolves would be the highest tier camps on the map, which is huge in experience value, instead of going bottom lane, what we could simply do is go doing, super quick rinse. This means that you are on the bottom side now for your red buff, you're on the bottom side for the next dragon spawn, you're on the bottom side to help your bottom lane again, and you have made sure that the highest tier camps on the map are eaten, so that the next time you want to sequence up or go topside, they're going to be respawned at a high value. I do understand the desire here to sort of go Krugs Raptors, maybe look to shadow bottom lane, but because we're seeing them sort of go back to base after tower platings and the 2v2 kill, there's no real need to be on the bottom side. So here I disagree. Here I think you should have inherently understood, listen, I took the Herald, there's no dragon, bot's resetting. You know, if I take these camps and just waddle around, it's just waffling, nothing's going to happen. So I might as well go topside. Because we saw the Gragas going topside as well, you could be there for this. These are free kills. The Zoe does a great job. But you could have been here for this and then sequenced down anyway. And now we'd be on this side of the map, ready to lane gank this. So that's my biggest thing. I hope you follow that because, you know, you see him hold mid, maybe flex up. You see Shaco down here. You kind of know where he's going to be. So let's just go up. Let's just take this. Let's take this. If something happens, 3v2, very easy. Take the crab. You know, carry on sequencing down, and now you can just slide in here very smooth-like and silky-like because you are a degenerate that plays Master Yi. Freebies. Because now you're just leaving Gromp and Wolves, which are higher tier than the Krugs and Raptors, on the map. Yes, this dive is possible, but we could have done the same thing anyway. You know? But regardless, this is what I'm looking for. Alpha. We don't have W, but we have a sprinty. W and 2. Hey. You know, when you want to make a play like this, sometimes there will be counterplays. TP comes in very big from the Doge. Trying to decide how much this is worth. The Shaka rotation is expected at this point. He's been perma side lane. There is an inherent risk in diving. I like the idea. But I think I would have preferred more of a counter gank in the lane than a dive with the timing I was talking about because it sets it up a bit better. And, you know, because Shaka's perma roaming, you're more positioned to go the dragon. And now this is the point, right? Dragon's spawning. Literally, dragon is spawning, and we're heading topside or down the middle. Yeah, exactly. And this is not right. We don't want to be here. We want to be going straight to dragon. I don't like this. Yeah. Okay, I'm backing up my strategy and my pathing beforehand. This is more your low elo play, but I don't like potentially giving a free dragon. Yes, look what you can do. You can do this. This is fine, but this is why Master Yi covers up bad play. You're not getting plates. This camp is ignored. These are now your highest tier camps and have respawned, but we're not on the same side as them. There's an objective, and against good players, you will lose it. You know, I don't know why we have master tier players making these kind of simple rotational errors in terms of even bottom lane. They swapped to go top lane, Samir and Leona, with a dragon spawning. I don't like that either. It's weird. It's a weird game. which is where Master Yi thrives. Master Yi thrives in this. This is messy. This is incoherent. This is randomness, and he loves it. This is why he's great in low elo, because people are in the wrong place. They ignore dragons on spawn. Trust me, if this is you, and you go top lane and I'm the Volibear on the other side, that's my dragon. Even if I'm losing the game, that's my dragon. And it keeps me in it. Bottom lane are doing a good job, but again, Master Yi helped bottom lane early. Master Yi got the first dragons. Master Yi shadowed. He created this gap. Top lane is just existing. Zoe is up a whole bunch of CS, but he's 8-1-1. And if you're mid laner being 1-0-2 up, 62 CS, your team don't care really. I mean, a good rational player understands that, but a D2 and below player whose top lane is currently just flaming this mid lane because Shaco's 8-1-1 and just camping the sidelines. This is good by the E. I like this. Just stick with them. Push towers now. Create a pressure. Nasus, the Doge on the top lane, he's just caning the towers. Create an opposite flow, right? He takes top, we take bot. There will be a second... Don't do it. Don't do it, Samira. Don't do it, Shaco. Alright. So, actually, I should have put the bronze logo instead of them. No, I'm kidding. But, as you can see, great champion for this kind of nonsense. Right, Crab is spawning. Make sure we get the second one. We can afford to full sequence. Bottom lane is over-committing topside. This is kind of risky. Okay, so Senna does do a good job, but you're just giving kills. This is silly as well. But you expect this, right? This is a real game, actually, I think. This is a real game. This is kind of stuff you guys are going to find every game in any elo, just with different levels of mechanics. And you will have things. I have a Nidalee game I want to go over. There's a Lee Sin top lane. Thanks, Dopa. And there's a whole bunch of weird picks. So the weird picks you see in bronze, you see in high elo too. Aurelia, gaming? Aurelia's not gaming? Ah. That's my kill, he says. Good job on the Herald. We can activate this. This is very good from the Master Yi. Apart from a few power thing swaps. 12-0-0. Duskblade complete. Collector finished. Going for some more crit. Because we want to be critacular. Bubble hits. Disengage. Back to base. We have now another 1200 gold. And we're going into the Essence River. That was weird. Take our camps. We see bottom lane again overcommitting. But this time they should be fine because it's just a one-man job. Gragas floats on down. He missed a lot of opportunities also, I have to say. The Yi played well, but... this is what I'm saying. But rotate. See, here comes Master Yeetus. Alpha the strike. There we go. Triple kill. Get fed, map control, rotate to the things that your teammates shouldn't be doing, kill everyone, shove towers. Pretty straightforward. Take his jungle, push the side lanes, get yourself even more infused with raw experience, like raw cookie dough on the weekend. Take your Grom, take your blue, take... well, I say your because that you own them now. Another fight starts out for no reason. That's fine, press R. Okay, that was not great, but... the damage is not okay. 17-0, baby. And that's a dragon. I don't think... you know what? You could. But I'm very much a Dragon Soul kind of guy, so I like this one. Back to base. The Reaver should be complete. Very nice. And now some last Whisper. For penetration into the tankiness known as everyone on their team. Gragas isn't really inherently tanky with armor, but... TP, and again, look, he was going topside. Now, a lot of times in low elo, you just float top now, you split. They all die, they shove mid. You complain that you're fed and they're dying, but that's silly. It's your fault, let's go. You're the guy with 17 kills. I mean, your bottom lane is doing a solid job in scaling, but... always rotate to be present with the fights, please. Do not split push unless you're a Tryndamere, who 100% knows his team is capable. And in this case, I think bottom lane is... but they've been caught out enough times and died 12 times, 13 times combined, so... it's not something I would necessarily expect. Either way, hopefully a nice little window into the chaotic nature in which Yi thrives. Definitely not the best jungler to play. However, it can work in these arenas. Make sure you are having the right runes. You are still rotating early. Map flow is key. Camp sequencing, objective control. Use your alpha appropriately. And you should have no problem one-shotting people, disappearing from vision, and upsetting a whole bunch of people. Thank you very much for watching. Link to the game is in the description because he changed his name. Make sure you like, share, and comment if you enjoyed and perhaps learned something. Don't worry. I don't like Master Yi. I still hate him as much as I hate Shaco. And as always, I will see you all in the next tutorial, which will not have either of those champions. I hope.